community as her poems received awards 42 times, including 2012 Poem of the Year as judged by Toy Derrica. Please welcome Laurie Byro. She'll be reading her two poems for us, Christmas Tree and Sour. Please welcome her.
Thank you all. Thank you especially to community colleges. I'm very pleased to say that I was a graduate from Passaic County Community College, and I just think this is the most beautiful cover I've ever seen on a Byro, actually. I got this poem from taking a class, a seminar in college, actually. So it's about 5 years old after my mom had died. And I mostly got the entire poem in class. Patricia Smith was the facilitator. And it starts with a limerick. She had us write limericks to begin. So, Christmas tree. Like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue, Bob Dylan. A garland of poppies grow there. The angry dead walk on the air. I fear for my chest, my weazened left breast. Among them, unclothed, will they care? Number one, start with her hair. No longer platinum, she is gray as a soldier's eyes. She has seen so many angels, the stones of France, poppies of the brave and not so. A thin red line where her breast used to be. I drape a cobweb of silver and black threads. A fierce weasel pelt to honor all her battles. Her breasts hadn't been ornaments or an affectation. They were snarling forest myths that kept her safe those years, kept her alive and angry until now. I am carefully choosing her Christmas tree clothes. She will join the rest of them. She lied with spirits her entire life, kept quiet through all their battles, and now, wrapped in her garland of felt poppies, I lift her arms. Are her hands clenched into fists, or is it the dead who breathes her stiff? I decorate her like an India purse, wild mirrors, calming blue stars. Seeded beads. She was important to the trees in the forest, a gatherer of silver-capped acorns, a golden wingfold apples. This strange death, I want to change it. She's the apple I nibble and sniff, lonely for decay. She ignores my wishes like she has done her whole life. She is the hoofed forest that walks away. 2. Angels don't smile, we've been told, except the smiling angels of France. Maybe the croissants and hot chocolate, maybe the bombs that didn't wipe away their faces. If they flew to forest trees that sway under the weight of titmice. Our front porch tree is thick with pine siskins. They take shelter in the silver needles. I met a woman who covered her grandma's feet with robins, one for each fugitive angel. They sang her to sleep as she nodded by the fire. They sang her to sleep, and they coaxed worms to her. They planted her feet in deep moss. There in green my love goes riding, slippered sleep was never softer into a silver dawn. 3. The rabbit mother. I am shocked to have to claim my mother's body as if being handed a poppy by a stranger who has asked me for a dance. I'm avoiding the building my mother rests in, the long gash of wounded red bricks, her withered body, the plastic bag, and tubes that sliver over her like ghastly snakes. I'm avoiding all of my mistakes. She flickers from flame to an icy rabbit's ear. After the hailstorm that takes down the tops of trees, I catch a glimpse of her twice in the snow, moths, and the den of twigs. I call out to her, run, mother, run. A winter rabbit waits for spring to warm her kit's whiskers. I discover the rubble of a stone house with its ruined garden in the woods. I dig poppies and bring them home to soothe the soil. It must be done in the right season or they never thrive. As I bend and beg them to stay, a stray petal wets my cheek like a goodnight kiss. Sally. After she died, she became part of the lake, the trail we used to hike before she got sick. Her eyes were flinty bits of mica stone. How we climbed and searched that first year, jabbing our sticks into rock walls, watching for creatures to come out. She never believed like I did, yet the others moaned that my instincts were right. Was the mouse, nose alert to the coming winter, part of her now? Her arms, writhing snakes, Medusa hair, blackness where her breasts used to be, genitals smoothed, bark brown, moss and stone, and the relentless flapping birds. Now my hands throb warm as I peel an apple found just past the gnarled nose of tree. Who would guess that on this Samhain Eve we would get a snowfall of 7 inches? Who would know that her eyelashes would open and close like the last vagrant heron's wing, snow tipping its feathers whiter. By morning she melts like a bad witch, turning the leaves slick, the berries sodden. Thank you.